Hey there, I'm Josh with Lasquette Real Estate Services here in Sacramento. And welcome back to the channel where we break down everything that you need to know about buying, selling, and living well in the greater Sacramento area. In today's video, we're deep diving into Rancho Cordova, one of the most diverse and fast growing cities in the region. We'll unpack the pros, the cons, its gold rush roots, and what's coming next with the new builds, schools, and community development. And if this helps just one person out there make a more confident decision about where to live, I've done my job. So let's go. Rancho Cordova's roots run deep, right back to the gold rush of the 1800s. Originally called Mayhew's Crossing and Hangtown Crossing, this area was a pit stop for miners chasing fortune along the American River. Later came the vineyards. Yes, the city is named after the historic Cordova Vineyards, and then the Air Force. Mather Field was a major military base here through both World Wars and shaped the city's workforce, economy, and pride. Even today, you can see remnants of the history in the architecture and the community spirit. All right, let's get into the heart of why people genuinely love living in Rancho Cordova. It's not just the houses, it's the lifestyle. Let me break it down for you. Community feel, more than just neighbors, it's family. Rancho Cordova isn't the kind of place where you just wave at your neighbors from behind a curtain. People actually talk to each other here. You've got active neighborhood watch programs, block parties, and residents who genuinely care. Whether it's lending a ladder or organizing a cleanup day at the local park, this city feels like the front porch community we all wish we had. And hey, every summer, the city hosts community enhancement events funded by Measure H, where local nonprofits throw everything from family movie nights to pet parades. It's got the old school, know your neighbor vibe that's hard to find these days. And then you've got the outdoor access, nature's playground right outside your door. Rancho Cordova is blessed with natural beauty, and they've done a great job making it accessible. You've got the American River Parkway, which stretches over 30 miles, perfect for biking, jogging, kayaking, or just walking with your dog. You'll find locals out there early with coffee or hitting it hard after work with a paddleboard or a mountain bike. Plus, parks are everywhere. Hagen Community Park is one of the biggest and most popular. It's got a duck pond, a mini zoo, a disc golf course, and sports fields galore. And if you've got little ones, there are over 25 kid-friendly parks with splash pads, jungle gyms, and picnic areas maintained by the Cordova Recreation and Parks District. It's like living in a resort town without the tourist prices. And then, of course, you've got location perks, the best of both worlds. Rancho Cordova is like the Goldilocks zone of the Sacramento area. You're 15 to 20 minutes from downtown Sacramento, depending on traffic. And then Folsom is just 10 minutes east, which gives you quick access to even more shopping, dining, and top-rated schools. Want to hit the Sierra Nevadas? You're on Highway 50 in minutes and off to Tahoe for a weekend getaway. It's convenient without being congested. You get more house, more yard, more peace and quiet, but you're never far from the action. And if you're commuting, Rancho Cordova's light rail access makes downtown commutes easy without sitting behind a wheel every day. New builds and modern homes with room to grow. If you love that fresh paint smell and soft closed cabinets, Rancho Cordova has got you. The Rio del Oro and Placer communities are rolling out brand new homes with open concept living, energy efficient systems, smart home features, solar ready designs. And these homes are built for modern living. And the builders have been doing a solid job offering options for first time buyers and upgraders alike. And here's the best part. These aren't cookie cutter homes jammed shoulder to shoulder. Many new developments are planning for parks, schools, and trails woven right into the layout. You're not just buying a house, you're investing in a community plan. Local events, there's always something going on. Rancho Cordova doesn't go quiet when the sun goes down or the seasons change. The city throws over 100 events every year, and there's truly something for everyone. We're talking summer concerts in the park, art walks and seasonal craft fairs, 5Ks and marathons like the Rancho Cordova River City Marathon, wine and dine fundraisers supporting local causes, and of course, the 4th of July fireworks festival that draws thousands every year. Now, if you've ever thought, man, I miss that small town energy, well, this is where you find it again. So, yeah, Rancho Cordova isn't just a place to live, it's a place to belong. Whether you're into outdoor adventures, tight knit community vibes, or brand new homes with smart tech baked in, the city might just check a lot more boxes than you expected. But hey, we're just getting started. Next, let's look at some of the challenges because every rose has its thorns, right? Okay, so let's keep it real here. Rancho Cordova's got a lot going for it, no doubt. But like every city, it comes with some things you'll want to consider carefully. It's not a utopia, and that's okay. What matters is whether the challenges match what you can work with. So let's dive in. Cost of living, affordable, relatively speaking. Rancho Cordova's cost of living is around 20% higher than the national average. So yes, it's not what you'd call cheap, especially if you're coming from out of state or a rural part of California. But, and this is a big but, when you stack it up against neighboring cities like Folsom, El Dorado Hills, or Elk Grove, Rancho Cordova comes in noticeably more affordable. Here's the breakdown. Median home price in Rancho Cordova is around $540,000. Median in Folsom is $725,000 plus. Median in El Dorado Hills over $900,000. So while you're paying more than the national average, you're getting into a well-connected, amenity-rich suburb for way less than the heavy hitters just 10 minutes away. Here's a pro tip. If you're a first-time buyer or relocating from out of town, Rancho Cordova is often seen as the sweet spot where you can stretch your dollar without compromising on convenience or safety. Traffic. It's a work in progress. As Rancho Cordova grows, so does the congestion, especially during those rush hour time blocks. The biggest bottlenecks? Well, you're talking about Sunrise Boulevard between Highway 50 and Douglas Road, Zinfandel Drive, White Rock Road near construction zones, and of course, the Highway 50 on-ramps during peak times. But here's the upside. The city knows this is an issue and is putting serious dollars behind infrastructure fixes. Some active solutions include the Crescente Boulevard expansion, which just recently wrapped up and gives drivers a much-needed east-west route. A proposed new interchange off Rancho Cordova Parkway aimed at relieving pressure from Sunrise Boulevard, and a major focus on multimodal transportation, including light rail upgrades, bike paths, and pedestrian walkways to reduce car dependency. So yes, traffic can be annoying in some areas, but Rancho Cordova is planning with growth in mind instead of letting the sprawl run wild. Here's another pro tip for you. When house hunting, factor in commute times. The difference between 2 miles north versus 2 miles south in this city could mean 15 extra minutes in traffic, or 0. All right, school variability, a mixed bag that requires homework. Pun intended. All right, parents, listen up. This one's big. The Folsom Cordova Unified School District runs most of the public schools in Rancho Cordova, and it's one of the more respected districts in the region. But that doesn't mean all schools are created equal. You've got some top performing schools like Riverview STEM Academy, and they're focused on science, tech, engineering, and math. Then there's also the Navigator Elementary, which is highly rated, known for dedicated staff and their strong community involvement. But you've also got schools that are still catching up when it comes to test scores, safety metrics, and funding. For example, Rancho Cordova Elementary School shows lower proficiency rates in math and reading, around 12 to 19%, compared to the state average of 40 to 50%. Some middle and high schools report higher student to teacher ratios and variable performance based on the specific neighborhood they serve. Here's the catch. With all the new development, especially Rio del Oro and Placer, school boundaries are shifting. That means where your kids will attend school might not be where you think. And here's a curveball. Some of the new planned schools aren't even built yet. So families moving into brand new builds may temporarily get routed to existing campuses with longer drives or higher enrollment. What you can do? You can use tools like thegreatschools.org and the California School Dashboard to research performance. Tour the campuses in person, don't just trust ratings. And then, of course, you want to ask locals. Parents on your street will give you the real deal. And then check with the Folsom Cordova Unified Boundary Maps, which they update regularly based on enrollment growth from new builds. Your real estate agent, hey, that's me, should be guiding you through this as part of the buying process. I make it a point to loop in my clients with school planners if needed, especially when the goal is planting roots long term. So yeah, Rancho Cordova has some growing pains, but a lot of the cons come from growth, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. If you know what to expect and plan accordingly, they're not deal breakers. They're just the stuff you gotta weigh to make the best decision for your life. And next up, we're diving into the really good stuff, the new developments that are shaping Rancho Cordova's future and why it might be one of the smartest places to invest right now. All right, to start it off, we're going to pick up right where we left off, and that's with the schools. Because let's be honest, for families, this is huge. You can fall in love with a kitchen island and a backyard deck all day long, but if the schools aren't a good fit, that house might not be the right long-term play. So let's break down Rancho Cordova's educational landscape and how all the new development happening around the city is going to shake things up. Established standouts. These schools are shining. There are definitely some top-tier public schools in Rancho Cordova that consistently get high marks for academic performance, teacher engagement, and community involvement. Two of the biggest standouts are Riverview STEM Academy. Now, this one's a gem. A public school with a magnet-style focus on science, technology, engineering, and math. Test scores are above the state average, and parents rave about the leadership and innovative curriculum. It's tough to get in, but if your address is zoned for it, major win. Then you've got Navigator Elementary School, another high performer, known for a tight-knit school community and committed teachers. Great for families who want smaller class sizes and strong academic fundamentals. Now, these are schools where the culture is strong, not just the numbers. Wide variability. You got to dig deeper. Now, on the flip side, not every school in Rancho Cordova is hitting those marks. For example, Rancho Cordova Elementary School is a Title I school with lower proficiency in core subjects like math and reading. Only about 12% of students test at or above proficiency in math and 19% in reading. That's well below the state average of around 40 to 50%. Other schools show signs of improvement, but may struggle with overcrowding, limited special programming, or inconsistent test performance. That doesn't mean they're bad schools. It just means you've got to do your homework. A lower rating doesn't always tell the whole story. Sometimes schools with average ratings have amazing teachers, strong arts or support programs, and a tight parent community that makes all the difference. Due diligence is key. Don't just Google it. Here's what I always tell my clients. Don't just trust a great school's rating. That's like judging a restaurant solely on Yelp without ever looking at the menu or walking through the door. Do this instead. Schedule a school tour. Walk the halls, see how the campus feels. You'll know pretty quick if it's a place you'd want your kids to spend every weekday. Meet the principal. Leadership makes or breaks a school. Talk to current parents. Find the real talk in local Facebook groups or school events. Check the California School Dashboard. That's where you'll find test scores, equity ratings, and even suspension data. It's like the school's report card. Now, let's talk new developments and how they'll impact schools. Here's where it gets really interesting. Rancho Cordova is growing fast, especially in the southeast, where projects like Rio del Oro and Placer at Rio del Oro are adding thousands of homes over the next few years. And you know what follows homes, right? Kids, lots of them. What that means for you, if you're planning to buy in one of these new built communities, you could be zoned to a school that's across town or one with less ideal ratings for the first few years. Now, that doesn't mean it's a deal breaker, but it's definitely something to factor into your timeline and your expectations. A smart planning tip, ask your realtor, again, that's me, to pull current boundary maps from the Folsom Cordova Unified School District. Get it in writing from the builder or school district. Don't rely on verbal promises about planned schools. Plan for the first 3 to 5 years, not just the home itself. Will your child still be in the same zone by middle school? So whether you're a first-time buyer or moving up into a brand new home, school planning has to be part of your decision-making process. Rancho Cordova is evolving fast, and education is evolving right alongside it. But when you take the time to dig into the details, ask the right questions, and really think long-term, you can absolutely set your family up for success here. Stick with me because next we're going to dive into what the future of Rancho Cordova looks like and why it might be one of the most strategically smart places to invest in the entire Sacramento region. All right, let's talk vision, because Rancho Cordova isn't just coasting on its history or resting in its current charm. This city is building for the future, and not just with more homes, but with intentional development that supports people, families, and long-term livability. Let me show you what's coming next and why it matters if you're thinking about making this place home. Let's start with the biggest project on the map, Rio del Oro. This is a master planned 3,028-acre mega development that's going to transform Southeast Rancho Cordova over the next 10 to 20 years. We're talking 12,000 plus new residential units at full build-out, everything from single-family homes to townhouses and multifamily units. 6 brand new schools planned, 3 elementary, 2 middle, and 1 high school. But here's the catch. Those schools, they're still on the drawing board as of now. Opening dates are undetermined. They depend on how fast homes sell, state funding, and district staffing capacity. Until then, students in those new neighborhoods will be assigned to existing schools, which may already be operating near capacity. Bike-friendly infrastructure, trails, and greenways that connect homes to parks and schools on purpose. 150 plus acres of parks and open space for walking, biking, sports, and family outings. Commercial and mixed-use spaces, think grocery stores, coffee shops, restaurants, and even co-working offices built right into the community. This isn't just a subdivision. This is urban planning done right, with community, convenience, and sustainability baked in from the beginning. If you're a first-time buyer or thinking long-term investment, getting in early on a community like this can mean serious equity growth down the line. But always factor in school timelines, HOA fees, and builder incentives carefully. Ask me if you want help breaking that all down. Next up, let's talk about mobility and lifestyle, because Rancho Cordova isn't just planning for more cars, it's planning for people. The Chase Drive multi-use path is a new project that connects Coloma Road to the American River Parkway, giving safer pedestrian access, a smoother ride for bikers and families, and a beautiful way to explore the outdoors without needing your car. Whether you're commuting by bike or just want a safe walk with your kids, this path is part of the city's broader Complete Streets vision, designing roads and trails for everyone, not just vehicles. You want to ditch the car on weekends? You can literally walk or bike from your neighborhood to natural trails and riverfront views without hitting major roads. That's rare in the Sacramento suburbs. Crescente Boulevard expansion, investing in flow. Rancho Cordova has also just wrapped up a $52 million infrastructure project, the Crescente Boulevard expansion. This east to west connector road is crucial to reducing traffic on Douglas and Sunrise, providing better access between new developments and Highway 50, and future-proofing the area for long-term growth. What's exciting is how proactively this was done. The city didn't wait for the traffic jam to happen. They built the road before the homes fill in. That's smart growth, and it shows the city is planning with purpose. And here's one of my favorite new additions, the brand new Rancho Cordova Youth Center, built with an $8.4 million investment in 2024. This space is more than just a building. It's a commitment to the next generation. The center offers art programs, STEM workshops, homework help, leadership, and mentoring programs. It's a safe, positive place where kids can grow, learn, and connect. The city is actively investing in street improvements, new business incentives, smart energy and utility infrastructure for long-term sustainability, business development zones to attract jobs and entrepreneurs. So here's the takeaway. Rancho Cordova isn't just growing, it's evolving. Not in a chaotic, sprawl out of control kind of way, but with purpose, planning, and people in mind. If you're looking for a place to grow into, not just move into, Rancho Cordova might be exactly what you're looking for. And hey, if you're sitting there wondering how these projects impact your home search or what's coming to your side of the city, reach out. That's what I'm here for. Now, if you're considering moving to Rancho Cordova, here are a few steps to take. First of all, drive the neighborhoods, see the vibe during different times of the day. Talk to locals, ask what they love and what they'd change. Visit the schools before buying. It's that important. Explore new versus established communities. New builds come with warranties and modern layouts, but older areas may offer bigger lots and mature trees. I want to hear from you. Have you visited Rancho Cordova recently? Do you live here now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's been your experience? Do you agree or disagree? Love it or wouldn't move here in a million years? Let me know. I read every comment and truly value your input. And here's the thing, finding the right place to live, it's not just about houses or highways. It's about where you feel at home. Rancho Cordova might just be that place for someone watching right now. Remember, you're not just buying a home, you're choosing a lifestyle, a community, a new beginning. And remember, a single smile is infectious. It can spread joy and cover a mile. We'll see you in the next video. Hit that subscribe button if this helped you, and let's keep this conversation rolling.